voice in my head. Every fear tried to tell me who I wasn't instead. But pressure taught me how to rise, and courage taught me how to decide. I stopped waiting for permission calls when I remembered I was built to stand tall. I don't shrink to the shadows of fear lurking at night. On the winds of courage and freedom is where my wings take flight. I'm focused, fierce, and finally free. Standing in truth, becoming me. I don't dim down, I don't delay. I rise with purpose, I'm here to stay. I trust my voice, I trust my will. I've got the strength, I've got the skill. No matter how difficult the trail, this is the power. The power to prevail. They said stay small, play it safe, behave. But I was never made to live afraid. Found my voice by unleashing it. Increased my strength by fighting through my weakness. Every scar became my proof. Every fall refined my truth. I don't live by default now. I design my life, I know how. I don't wait, I rise and reign.
My goodness. Woo! The power to prevail is here. Wow. Wow. I am beyond grateful. Welcome in. We are celebrating the launch of Power to Prevail. I am Kristie Kennedy Ward, and I want to especially give thanks to God for what he has done, and Barbara Beckley, who believed in me, saw this young woman just yapping online and reached out, and a partnership formed. And what we have created is something sacred. It is something special. And I'm grateful to be a part of DFN Productions. We are super excited to empower you on today. We believe that you will walk away from this time together inspired, empowered, motivated to pursue your own dreams. Listen, destiny doesn't happen overnight. It happens over life. And we are just sharing snippets of the journey. And so I just want you to get comfortable, get your tissue ready. I forgot my tissue. I had to use some towels right here because sometimes I just weep, and I'm just full today. And we're just going to see what God does with us together. Are you ready for something extraordinary? The time is now. And the place is here. No one is you, and that is your power. You know, this journey, it's one of my favorite quotes, began. Powerful presence begins with acute self-awareness. Why power to prevail? 30 years ago, as I can distinctly remember hearing a quote that said, "Be the person you wish you had in your corner during your darkest days." One thing that failure continues to teach me and has deeply taught me is that there is always power resident in your spirit, waiting for you to simply access it. And there are many keys to confidence, but the first one starts with you believing in the beauty of your dreams, in the uniqueness of who you are. There was one night, one of the many times that I was ready to give up, to quit, to throw in the towel. And I'm at the end of my hallway and I'm crying out to God, and I say, to myself, you can fight, but not faint. You can fight, but not faint. You can fight, but not faint. Fainting is not an option, because they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up on wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. So it wasn't a matter of choice for me, either fight or faint. It was, we fight, not faint. And that's where the power to prevail emerged from. Failure taught me resilience. Failure taught me how to bounce back again and again and again. And it is my desire that I pay it forward to share words of hope and inspiration, that you remember you can and you will. Wow, wow, wow. Super excited for what's happening right now. We are making history, and we're going to continue to share with you behind the scenes what we've been doing over the past 20 years. One thing that has been constant in my life is my faith. And I remember when I was, almost about to be a senior in college, and it was a crossroad moment. And I often tell individuals, we have the power of choice. When you choose better, you start living better. And this one particular night, I'm at the airport, and here is a shoe shine man. Me and my friends, we were headed to the Miami FSU game of the season. And I began to talk to the shoe shine man as we were waiting to figure out how to get our plane tickets that we had paid for. And as I was talking to the shoe shine man, now mind you, I was intoxicated and I had shades on, so no one could see my eyes were bloodshot red. But he asked me two questions. He said, "Are you happy? And are you exercising your gifts?" I could not answer yes to either of those questions. Are you happy? And are you exercising your gifts? I had a gift of speaking, a gift of singing, but I was hiding. And I know what it's like to live in the shadows of obscurity. I know what it's like to hold in your heart a story that you are too afraid to share. And this past decade, what I feel God has been doing is refining the message, because I was looking in one of my journals and it was dated back 2014 after I had a major surgery, and I needed 4 blood units to be transfused into my body before they could even operate. And the doctor said this. He said, "I am just beyond impressed with what you've been able to do in the condition that you're in. That is power to prevail. God gives us power to overcome adverse situations, no matter how difficult they may feel at the time." One thing that I do in my mind's eye is I adopt the mentality that God has. He declares the end from the beginning. And so I often look at, how can I emerge fortified from this test, from this trial, from this adversity, as I'm standing facing these obstacles? I want to emerge fortified. Many people fail because they prepare to fail by not taking action, by not preparing to win. So if you prepare to fail, oftentimes you lose access to this power to prevail, prepared to overcome. And you recognize the power that's on the inside of you to prevail. How different would your life be? This is what I've walked through for the past 3 decades. And one thing I am most certain of is that God keeps his promises. I often say, I'm not on Kristie's time. I'm on God's Kairos time, and He makes everything beautiful in His time. So let's get ready to look at some testimonials and see what God has been up to.
Afternoon. I'm so honored to share this powerful and historic moment to celebrate the launch of the Power to Prevail TV show. And most of all, it is my absolute joy and delight to celebrate this tremendous milestone with my beloved bosom buddy, the Kristie Kennedy Award. Kristie, you are one of those rare individuals that show up with your whole heart and entire being, and you are a beacon of inspiration, the epitome of strength, faith, and perseverance. You inspire me with more than just your words, but with your relentless determination to overcome every obstacle in your path. And you have been, Lord knows you have been, a never-ending encouragement source, unwavering support in my life. I can just remember times when I was so discouraged. You were so patient and you just continued to lift me. I can remember being in a position where I doubted myself, and you were there to constantly remind me of who I was and whose I was. And I'm so grateful. And that's why this show matters. The Power to Prevail mantra, I believe it's more than just a title, but it's a testimony. It's a lifeline. It's a mirror for anyone who may be going through any adversity, to be able to believe in the possibility of resilience, to know that purpose can be birthed out of pressure, out of pain, and that you don't have to go at it alone. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, Kristie, that you bring such authenticity, such wisdom and courage to this platform because you have lived it. You demonstrate your own power to prevail every single day you wake up and put your feet on the ground. So I am so proud of you, sis. I celebrate you, I support you, and I'm elated to see how this TV show will uplift, empower, and transform the lives of so many around the world.
Hi, sis. I am just so godly proud of you. If I had 10,000 tongues, I could not just thank God enough for how much of an important asset you are to His kingdom. You are constantly pouring your whole heart out on God's people. And I have told you this time and time again, God had created you for such a time as this. God created you, and not only did He create you, He put a piece of His heart in your body. True care, true compassion, true love. Every fruit of the Spirit resides in you. You are gentle, you are kind, you are loving. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for bringing your authentic, fire-filled, baptized, Holy Ghost, partying, KK self, always showing up and showing out.
I'm so honored to be here supporting my dear friend, Kristie Kennedy, and her incredible new show, Power to Prevail. Kristie Kennedy inspires me through her authentic voice. She has a rare ability to touch souls and transform mindsets with grace, power, and authority. When she speaks, you just don't hear words. You feel purpose, hope, and strength rising up inside you. I believe this show truly matters because we're living in a time when giving up can feel easier than pressing forward. So many people are facing adversity, uncertainty, and challenges behind closed doors. Power to Prevail creates a safe, empowering space that reminds us we are not alone and that we can stand strong even against all odds. This show will make a difference because Kristie Kennedy's voice is a breath of fresh air. She brings life into situations that may seem lifeless. She reminds us that no matter how chaotic things may seem, we can rise into focus, grounding, and perseverance. And from that place, we gain the power to prevail. Over the past years, I've personally witnessed her strength and resilience as she rebuilt her life one brick of belief at a time. It has been inspiring to walk alongside of her, to support her, and to see her step boldly into her purpose. Kristie Kennedy, I am so proud of you. I celebrate you, and I am beyond excited for this next chapter. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this journey. To everyone watching, support this show, tune in, and get ready to be empowered. Power to Prevail is here, and it's going to change lives.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Kristie, my dear friend. It is such an honor to share a few words about someone who has profoundly inspired me and been a treasured part of my life since our college days back at FSU. This woman, Kristie Kennedy Ward, has by far the greatest encouraging and motivational heart of any human being I've ever known. The word faithful does not even begin to describe the faithful and true friend she has been to me. From the very beginning of our friendship, Kristie has been the same incredible person you all know today. Thoughtful, kind, compassionate, and endlessly supportive. Through the best seasons of my life and the hardest ones, she has been right there, steady and faithful as a sister would be. And in life, there are just so few people in this world you can say you trust completely. But Kristie is one of those rare souls. She is someone you can entrust with your heart, your struggles, your dreams, and know without a shadow of a doubt they are safe. She listens without judgment and loves without condition and gives without ever counting the cost. And that kind of character comes from a life deeply rooted in her Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Kristie is tremendously gifted. Her singing, oh my goodness, her songwriting, her songs, her creativity, her counseling, her fashion, her speaking ability, her ministry. So many of us have been blessed by the gifts God has placed inside of her. And she is a true psalmist. My goodness. She's even written some of my favorite Christian rap songs. These are little inside jokes that always make us smile. But oh, I love her, and I love her music, and I love her ministry. But as remarkable as all of her talents are, what shines even brighter is Kristie's heart. Kristie is humble, she's tender-hearted, and incredibly strong in the way that only someone who walks closely with the Lord can be. Everyone who knows Kristie is a warrior, okay? She's a warrior for God's kingdom, and yet one of the sweetest, most compassionate souls you will ever meet. Time and time again, I've seen and witnessed Kristie victoriously push beyond her own limitations and prove that she is truly more than a conqueror. For decades, Kristie has been inspiring and encouraging not only those of us who know her personally, but thousands more whose lives she has touched through her gifts and through her ministry. And that is why I am so excited, about her new talk show, because it will only expand her already incredible platform and allow even more people to be blessed and transformed by her message and by her profound wisdom. And today, we celebrate something truly special, the launch of her online TV show, Power to Prevail. Yes, what a beautiful and fitting name. Because if there's anyone who embodies the power to prevail, through faith, perseverance, and love, it is Kristie. This show is not just a new venture, it is a reflection of her heart, her calling, and the message and wisdom God has placed inside of her for the entire world. Kristie, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. I love you with all my heart. I'm cheering you on, my girl. I am so excited. And you've just blessed my life beyond words. I thank God for you. I thank God for you. And I'm so proud of you. And I cannot wait to see how much Power to Prevail will touch and transform lives everywhere. I love you, Kristie. I believe in you with all my heart. And I'm cheering you on every step of the way. Mwah! Love you, Kristie.
If you realize the power of your tongue, you wouldn't just say anything. If you realize the power of your thoughts, you would not entertain just anything. And if you realize the power of your presence, you would not be just anywhere. Your presence is your power. Perfectionism acts as a prison to hold your brilliance hostage. Your presence is your power. Walt Disney said, the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. To quit talking and begin doing. Go on and do it anyway. Go on and do it anyway. There will be hard days. Cry if you must, but never give up. Never give up. Never give up. No, no. Franklin D. Roosevelt said, we have always held to the hope, to the belief, to the conviction that there is a better life, a better world beyond the horizon. Yes, we see destruction in the land. But you have to have a determination that's greater than the destruction, or you will drown in your despair. You have to have a discipline that's greater than the destruction, or you will drown in disappointment. After the roaring waves subside, I will emerge fortified. And after the dark clouds fade away, I will emerge in God's grace. You were created to be resilient and resourceful. Maya Angelou said, "There is no greater agony of soul than bearing an untold story inside of you." There is no greater agony of soul than bearing an untold story inside of you. There is a silence that leads to serenity. When we meditate on what is good and honest and just and lovely and good reports, if there is any virtue, if there is any praise, when we meditate on these things. And then there is a silence that is as quicksand, and it begins to pull us under and suffocate our strength. We don't want the latter. When you embody your passion, you've got to wear it. I mean, feel it. And love it. Love it. That's how you make every day sparkle. This is still your year. And maybe someone said you are too much. Well, tell them to go find less. If I'm too much, you ought to go find less. If I'm too much, less is out there. It's just not here. Go find it. We are not going on clearance. Joseph Campbell said, when you follow your bliss, the universe will open doors where there were only walls. This is still your year. Sometimes you just have to reinvent your polish. I'm not going to get too deep, but I'm going to make it extra sweet. Greek Stoic philosopher Epictetus, he said, when we blather about trivial things, trivial meaning of low value, little importance, and insignificance, when we blather about the trivial, we ourselves become trivial. For we are taken up. Our attention is taken away with the trivialities. You become what you focus on. Bottom line. So if you start your day with the results in mind, let's say productivity is where you want to end your day. My affirmation would be, the runway is focused action, and the destination is high levels of productivity. Curiosity is the spark behind the spark of a great idea. The future belongs to those who are curious. Research shows that children on average ask 107 questions per hour. What happened to us as adults? Why did we stop asking questions that lead to deeper discovery? There was a study done in 2008 that indicated as we increase in our knowledge base, our curiosity dissipates. As we increase in our knowledge base, our curiosity dissipates. And let's not even add to all the turbulence that the world is experiencing. If you just go on social media, you'll see everyone talking at each other, not talking with each other, not asking questions, not exemplifying empathy. When we hone in and focus in on the problems, those problems become volcanic. And it's hard to create from that space. Create solutions, create new ideas, create hope.
Wow, wow, and wow. Oh, I've been waiting for this day. You're probably like, okay, you're not Kristie. No, I am the person that just loves this woman, that she's coming under my DFN Broadcast Studio. I didn't get to do really a testimonial for her. So this is live. This is a live testimonial because I want to make sure, and I want her to understand how important and how much of a lighthouse she is to this whole entire world, not just the United States of America, but the global world. We met, and she kind of was going a little bit into that earlier, from another show that she was a guest, a panelist on, and I'm a host on this show on a regular basis. It's called Let's Talk Fabulous, so give a little bit love to them. But with that, when I heard her speak, and I heard her truth, and I heard how strong she was, just as a woman, and a godly woman at that too, and all other aspects. I know she's a speaker, international speaker. You know, she's an author. She's a coach. She counsels people. You know, she has all those titles. But her first title is a child of God. Her first title, her identity is God. And that's why everything comes through her, because he's mending her and bringing her out to what she does today. So he created this for her as a vehicle, Power to Prevail TV streaming show. Now, like I said, going back to when I first met her on the show, I was like, ooh, you know how sometimes there's something, you see certain people, you see something, you be like, oh, I got to talk to that person. I got to get to know that person. Well, yeah, I did. I reached out. I don't want to say I was, the stalker is negative, but let's just say I was just really admiring this woman and what she does. And she's so like-minded. I feel like me and her are just really like-minded. And I always like getting with people, women and men. You know, I call them women queens. I call them men kings, to make sure that we're helping each other out. I always say queens have to lift up queens. And she is one of those queens that you will want to not just lift up, but show out. And as you've seen some of the clips that we have put together regarding some of her shows that are coming on, that's going to be coming soon, and just things that she's been doing within the media. If you haven't heard about Kristie Kennedy, I don't know where you've been, but I know one thing. She is a force to be reckoned with. And I always tell her that every time we meet, every time we talk, I say, Queen, you just don't know. God has really blessed me to be in your life. And I just want to say that again to her, outside of everything else that we're doing today with her pre-launch celebration, celebrating her, a monument for her with this show, because it is a monument for her. This is just another stepping stone on everything that she does to make sure that she's reaching out to individuals that need to understand, to be confident, that need to stand up for themselves, that need to know that they have a voice, that need to just push on just a little bit more when they feel like they're like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Kristie's going to make sure that, well, we're going to do this together, and we're going to walk with you with this through this show and everything else she does. Everything else. Another thing I love, I mean, I can just talk. I like it for Kristie, but with the lack of time, I just want to say, walking with Kristie Kennedy, I'm telling you, she has the patience and she believes so much in individuals. And that's why she does what she does. So this is just not just a TV streaming show. This is not just something to put on, under my network or YouTube or everywhere else it's going to be playing, because it's going to be played in other places too, just to let you know. Amazon TV, just to put that aside there. But this is something that's powerful, a vision and mission, not just in her own life, but to help so many others to understand, to stand strong in what they do, to have confidence in what you do, no matter who you are. Don't let people knock you down, because those are the same people that you're going to say, I'm rising to the top. And you might be able to help the same individuals that try to knock you down, because they didn't understand what your true power, your true gift that's in here, that's your gift. So with that, I want to say there's going to be some coming episodes. This show is starting this Wednesday. Yes, 7 o'clock Eastern time. That's why this is the launch party. We are launching out this wonderful queen to make sure that you remember. Now, just some of the shows, because I had to write them down so I didn't forget. One is called Bring in the Heat. This one, you're talking about, you know what? This should be like her middle name. Kristie Bring in the Heat Kennedy, because she brings the heat. I'm telling you. And you know what? Not even on the show, but even behind the scenes, she brings the heat, and then she's so nice about it, and she's so caring. Have her heart to go. Second one that's going to be coming up, the hidden strength of self-care. The hidden strength of self-care. She's going to be talking about basically that hiding inner strength that you have, but you have to have self-care. You have to take care of yourself. You know the old saying, how they say you got to put the mask on first before you start helping anybody else? You have to make sure that you're walking in your self-care. I want to say that. I just downloaded it in me. You have to walk in your self-care, because if you don't do it, no one else is going to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. So she's going to give you some tips on that show. And then the other show that's coming, Every Battle Can Be Won. Ooh, I can't wait to see that. You know how sometimes say, well, this battle, I don't know about this. Kristie has the magic. She's going to tell you every battle can be won. And she's going to give you the secret sauce of that. I'm not going to say none because I don't want to steal the thunder. But I'm telling you, she's going to bring and understand. And this will be airing again every Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern time. It's going to be under the DFN Broadcast Studios. We're also going to air it under other social media platforms. We're going to be on Roku, Amazon TV. And like I said, anywhere that I can show this queen, I want to make sure that she's shining. So with that, I just want to say, and I truly want to say this, I thank you, Kristie Kennedy, for believing in me with your mission and your vision to come under this network. So I just want to ask everybody, please make sure now, see, okay, people always tell me, Barbara suggested, don't tell people what to do. But you know what? I'm feeling kind of the telling what to do today. Look at Power to Prevail every Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, Kristie, don't get mad at me. It just came up. It was a fire. I had to say it. Now I'll be nice again. You just see how much powerful that I love, and you're going to love this woman. You're going to love this queen. So with that, this is a pre-launch. Please reach out if you want to. I know she might be in the near future. She might be, bringing some guests on. You never know. But reach out to this wonderful queen. Show that you are important in this life. Your voice matters. Your voice matters. And she knows that, and she wants to help people do that through Power of Prevail. So with that said, we will see you every Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern time. I got to remind you. With that said, thank you to everybody. Kristie, you are the best lady. I am loving this, and I'm loving to just be a part of what you're doing. We will see you at Power to Prevail.
I spent years with my dreams on delay, afraid to take the leap, afraid to step out my way. Every doubt had a voice in my head, every fear tried to tell me who I wasn't instead. But pressure taught me how to rise, and courage taught me how to decide. I stopped waiting for permission calls when I remembered I was built to stand tall. I don't shrink to the shadows.